This is the Chatter Squadron Weekly News Roundup, the best source for Star Wars news in the galaxy. Chewie, get the holonet up and running again. We don't want to miss the show.
The only reason we're okay with boiling lobsters alive is because they don't visibly, and frogs for that matter, is because they don't visibly show the pain of what's going on. But they're experiencing it.
Of course.
It's just they don't visibly show it, which is it's kind of sad.
They're shy.
Yeah, they're just shy. They're afraid to express their feelings. That's all it is.
It gets them killed.
You need a break.
You know what? Yeah,
you need a break out of the shell.
Oh, boy. Why are we always starting the show with these? Hello and welcome to the Weekly News Roundup. I am Mike Calhoun. Making these great jokes is Tyler Bucks over here. And then we've got oh my gosh, we got another Tyler Bucks? No, we've got Johnny Trowbridge to my left. Hello, we're Chatter Squadron, your weekly dose of Star Wars fun and positivity.
You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can find us in the real world as well. But you can follow us there and see all of the stuff that we're going to be covering, especially on this lead up to Star Wars Celebration, which we will be getting to.
I was going to say, we'll be there too. You could follow us around there physically.
I would love that to happen.
That'd be interesting. I mean, we might have some sort of like label that's like, this is Chatter Squadron, and we are the Chatter Squadron.
And this is the cue.
This is the cue to get into Chatter Squadron, the show.
Yes.
But hello and welcome. We've got a lot of fun news to talk to you about today.
I want to make a quick little announcement that the battle bracket, the all-out brawl, is coming to a close next week. And next Thursday, we will be saying what happened during the tournament because it'll be done.
Yeah, we're going to do a wrap-up episode.
Yeah, so next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the one after that, we will cover who lost to who moved on, what our thoughts were about how people moved on.
And it won't be just the final round is what we're meaning. We're going to go through the whole tournament and how the votes landed.
And then announce who won the entirety of the thing. So that'll be very interesting. We have Obi-Wan versus Yoda that was going on this past week, and then Galen Merrick versus Revan. So I won't spoil that too, because if you're not keeping up to date with everything, you can listen to our Thursday episode and get all that wrapped up. But it is really cool. It's really fun, and a lot of people are having some heated discussions when it comes to who should be beating the other opponents.
Who would you say, besides, we revealed last week, I'm sure you guys are following along, but if maybe we have some new listeners. Last week, we discussed that Vader lost, which was a super surprise. Lost to Revan.
Vader lost to Revan, yeah.
Now, if you had to tell me which one of the matchups got like the coolest, most heated comment section, would you say it was the Vader versus Revan one?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Vader versus Revan, and then Dooku versus Obi-Wan.
Oh, yes.
Because Obi-Wan
that was a matchup that happened twice.
Obi-Wan was beating Dooku like everywhere it was shared and every, our main hub, and so many people posting Obi-Wan memes, and then so many people being like, but no, he already lost. Count Dooku should be winning. Why isn't he winning? And then someone's just like, hello there.
Yeah.
And like the next comment is like, why? Stop it. Count Dooku would win. And then it's just like his Obi-Wan's kept going up and up and up.
Tyler has shown that he's a strict shill for Sith Lords when it comes to being Obi-Wan.
No. Kylo Ren.
He's not a Sith Lord.
Count Dooku.
Anyone who's evil. Kylo Ren. Asajj Ventress.
You got me there.
Freaking Darth Tyrannus.
Darth Tyrannus.
Yeah, who is that anyway?
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
You love Darth Maul.
He loves Darth Maul. He's right over him. He's the angel on his right shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
I love Vader.
Let's move on to the first story.
Piece of news here.
Story on the docket here. Taika Waititi, if you guys don't know, he is directing an episode of The Mandalorian.
And if he does well, probably many more.
Exactly. And maybe if he does well enough, a movie at some point.
Man, that would be glorious.
And if you don't know, he directed Thor Ragnarok.
As well as What We Do in the Shadows.
He did what?
Well, he will be doing the next What We Do in the Shadows.
Did you see the TV show?
Or no. He was in What We Do in the Shadows, the movie.
He directed that too.
He directed it as well.
Yeah.
So I was right the first time. The show, I don't know if he's going to have anything to do with. He might be producing.
But this was during a interview that he was being asked some questions So this was one of the things when Star Wars kind of came about because he was being asked so many different things. He was talking about how we've talked about it before too, that Marvel and Star Wars are a little different on what
the way they
they're
approach their filmmaking process.
So Taika Waititi was kind of talking about, being a little more wacky, and then he says this about Star Wars, but it's a very sacred universe, the Star Wars universe, so I can't do too much of it being,
can't be silly, can't be wacky, can't be adding things that are clearly untrue.
He continued speaking on Marvel. He said, I gotta check. Sometimes they'll say you've driven the Marvel truck out of land and off the freeway, and you got to come back now. Waititi said of pushing the boundaries, adding that it's a similar situation with Lucasfilm when he was asked about, directing Marvel versus Star Wars, what's more strict? He said, Star Wars, yeah, easily.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about which movie he directed in the Marvel Universe, too, which is Thor Ragnarok, one of the ones that clearly had some liberties, or they probably gave him a bunch of liberties that he could take. It's in a different dimension, kind of. It's got a lot of different characters that we will likely not see again. So yeah, he got to do a lot of fun, goofy things, and he put himself in it too.
Yes,
which we're all the better for because that was an amazing character.
Now that I think about it, do you remember what was the name of that gladiator that was Thor's friend?
Yeah,
the Rock guy.
The Rock guy.
The Rock guy. He was a lot like the characters from What We Do in the Shadows.
Well, that's him.
Oh, surely, yeah.
Taika Waititi is the Rock guy.
Well, there you go.
He portrays that.
He voices him and everything. Yeah,
that's why, piss off, Ghost. It's that straight up,
that's so funny.
What was his name? I'm ashamed to forget the name.
I will
but
look
anyway,
up.
Yeah, you look it up while I get to our next story, which is This Week in Star Wars History.
Brought to you by the Battlefront on
to you.
Facebook.
Thank you, Daniel, and the Battlefront.
Yes.
March 11th, 1971, was the date in history in which George Lucas' first theatrical film, THX 1138, is released.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's referenced again in his second film, American Beauty, on John, what's his name? Not Mellencamp. John.
Well, first, not American Beauty, American Graffiti.
Thank you for
No
correcting
problem.
me. It is not American Beauty. That is not a George Lucas film.
And then John, I can't remember his last name either, but his really cool car.
Yeah, the hot rod.
Oh, John, it's an M.
Okay, I'll look that up next.
Thank you. I'll
Milner.
read the name.
Mjolnir. Thank
John
you.
Milner.
Korg is the name of the rock guy in Thor.
Korg.
Korg. Korg.
Oh, the name's Korg. Anyway, March 15th, 2011, the U.S. Postal Service decorates 400 mailboxes across the country in the likeness of R2-D2 to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Star Wars.
Aw.
That's a sweet little thing, isn't it?
One more thing. It wasn't 2011. It was 2007.
Goodness.
It is okay.
They rhyme. They rhyme, so I get away with it.
It was at a 7-Eleven.
And then let me get this last thing completely
Okay.
right.
I will be. Yeah.
March 17th, 1992, actor John Boyega is born.
Not John Milner.
Not John Milner.
He's the same age as me, except a little older.
He's a little bit younger than I, and that makes me a little sad.
That does make me sad.
Isn't it strange that sort of thing, that's what humans do. We compare. We compare
Well, we do.
ourselves at all times.
It's a bummer to me that Justin Bieber is very much younger than me.
Oh, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh.
There's a lot, and
But also, do we want his life?
No, not even a little
Exactly.
bit.
It's just
I get that all the time.
All the
though.
time, every
'cause
day.
I watch wrestling so much, and now there's wrestlers. This guy, he's 19 years old. He's cutting his teeth and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm 6 years older than that guy.
yeah.
Goodness gracious, I'm old now.
And then you compare because then you're thinking, well, for those 6 years, what was I doing? You know, like what I haven't.
I was also becoming a famous professional wrestler, but I mean,
Of course.
of course,
Surely.
So let's move on to Star Wars Celebration because we've been covering Galaxy's Edge a lot, which we're going to talk about in a second here. But we need to start eking into Celebration news.
I mean,
that
it's
type of
right
thing.
around the corner.
Right, because once again, we will be there. You will be able to physically follow us.
There might
And-
be too much to handle that's released there for us to even
Right.
reflect on in a single podcast. So
No.
we don't even know what our plans are coming back from Celebration.
Right.
We've got a little bit of some plans for Celebration, of course. And then we want to see you guys. We want to see all the other podcasters and all the other presenters.
And
It's
like
going to be
that,
a lot of fun.
We'll be live streaming on the Star Wars Hub for some things, just kind of showing the event around. So if you're on the Star Wars Hub or you follow them, you could see where we are and maybe even get your face on those live streams. But talking about this little bit of news, there's going to be a panel at Star Wars Celebration dedicated to Galaxy's Edge. That's going to be Saturday, April 13th.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
There's a lot going on Saturday.
we'll have to go.
I do want to go to this specific one because we've already said on the show that we're not going to go day one. It's almost certain that we won't be at Galaxy's Edge day one.
No. I
Oh,
thought.
no, we
Oh, you,
Star
did you
Wars
think I was talking about Celebration? No, no.
Celebration, we will be there.
Celebration
day one.
will be there day one. I'm talking about Galaxy's Edge,
No.
which is what this panel will be dedicated to. So
I will say
there'll be probably okay. Go ahead and
a
say
good
something.
friend of ours, Joshua Whitzeman,
Yeah, we did say this.
will be there day one
Yeah,
for
he-
Galaxy's Edge.
He got his tickets immediately.
Goodness, but so may the force be with him. But
Yeah.
yeah, we won't be there day one because, as we talked about in the past, it's already crazy. Like the projections are crazy. The fact that they are only opening a part of the park in order to facilitate all these people. It's like, holy moly!
Yeah.
I mean, I think you shared the post.
About the
expectations versus reality.
Yeah,
where
the
they
meme where it shows the crowds and crowds of people just piling in because they have these very beautiful renders where it's like half a dozen people in the picture.
a family looking at a droid.
Look how gorgeous
look at
everything
this.
is. You don't see like all the spilled puke and stuff on the ground from
Spilled puke. So it was in something at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
A
They were
bag.
carrying it around,
And then they happened to spill it.
and then they dumped it accidentally.
Now,
That's from
I,
the Harry Potter world.
I may interject and say that might not be good marketing, though. We got to give
You're
it to
right.
them
You're right.
for not adding that into their marketing.
yeah, I mean, if I was advising them and I was like, I would have also advised against.
Where's
puke
the
in
spilled bag?
Yeah.
We need that
Where's
back
the
in here.
garbage and the person out of costume?
But
yeah.
what are some of the things that we think we might see at this panel? Do we think they'll, announce the days that the second phase is going to come about?
No, I don't think they're gonna. I honestly don't think that they'll talk about the second phase for a while.
Well, what they'll do is you'll get in there, everyone will pile in.
Okay.
And then
Bags
they'll
falling.
One singular man,
Yeah.
probably an intern, will come up. He has a tonsure going on, and he will come up and put a laptop,
Okay.
and then he will press a button, and a slideshow of pictures that have already circulated will start
Okay.
That very well may be.
No,
Actually,
no music.
No music.
Okay.
I bet that they will do that. They're. I mean, not necessarily that specifically, but
Yeah.
as far as pictures that we've all already seen,
yeah.
that's gonna happen.
It'll be like a TED Talk almost, like while they're talking about how you're able to walk through these things, there's just going to be that slideshow fade happening of just like the pictures you've already seen, and then like, hey, is that someone spilling a bag? And then never mind.
That was a quick
Moving
fade.
on, quick fade from that one.
Considering they do have a stage, though, they'll probably show off some of the stuff like, "Hey, kids, these are the types of droids you'll be able
Oh,
to build
yeah.
at this station when it's finally open," or "These are the cost." And now we have the First Order here, and it'll be like some people modeling the new
Even
costumes.
kids coming out in the kids garb
Yeah,
for
of
those
course.
things. That would
These
be
are
great.
the sorts of things you'll be able to get, and
The lightsaber is everyone's gonna ooh and ah when they show all the different variants of the light. They probably, and I've watched a lot of these panels, it'll probably be a thing where they show off one lightsaber. You know what I mean? You'll
Yeah.
be able to buy lightsabers or whatever, and then like the screen will widen and these lightsabers, and these lightsabers, and these, and you get a lightsaber, and you get a lightsaber.
Right.
But no,
They might have some giveaways. Definitely giveaways of stuff that will be sold at Galaxy's Edge. It'll be like I don't know, toss it into the crowd kind of mob rule kind
a
of
lightsaber, metal.
Hey, yeah. I was thinking more like little cloth dolls. But anyway,
The
yes.
droids. The droids.
They like scream as they're.
I got it. And he's like got some guy's arm.
Yes, he's got C-3PO's arm. Oh boy.
Or some
I want
guy's
to build
arm.
it. I want to build a C-3PO. For sure.
I don't know if that's a possibility.
I want
Mike.
to.
It is.
I want to. It's just they offer me one of their employees to just dress up and walk around like a robot with me.
If
My droid recognizes stormtroopers and the exit because he's desperately trying to get away from me.
and he needs to go to the bathroom to change his oil. That's the person behind the thing.
Yeah.
I really need to go to the bathroom to change my oil.
Oh, silly droid. He's always saying that.
You don't get to go to the bathroom.
He's been saying that for 4 hours today. We haven't seen everything at Galaxy's Edge. Hold on. And we're just like shuffling very, very, very slowly around the park.
That sounds, I'm not going to shame, but that sounds like something. Hey, if you really want a droid, if you do, I can help with that.
He's going to get me a droid.
Yeah, I'll get you a droid, but not right
This
now.
is exciting.
But this
What's
is
another panel that's
well,
going to be at?
This is definitely Galaxy's Edge is going to be something where they can show off the physical things because like that, it's just pictures right now. So I think they'll be able to show off. These are what everything is looks like. Here it is in motion. Touch it. Touch your screen. Be a part of this. But do you think we will hear about the hotel?
No.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I was just saying.
You're just being controversial.
Yeah.
You don't think we? I think we
Never.
will. I think.
I feel like if any time for them to announce
Right.
actual big news about the hotel, it would be at this panel.
Yep.
It's a perfect opportunity.
I agree.
They got a bunch of people. They're going to be live streaming a lot of these things.
Right.
It's going to be a great way to spread news straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Hey.
But so what are you saying? They're gonna pull out a horse, dressed like a droid,
They're going to trot out a horse, dressed like a droid,
and it's just speaking over a.
and they're going to hand it a microphone, and it'll pick it up, and it will
The horse.
proceed. It'll do a hot five. It'll do a hot 5 minutes of stand up.
Hot 5. Wow.
Yeah, because I mean it
not
could do.
a s-
It has 15, but its best is 5.
Yeah.
So he'll do that,
Ain't that the truth?
and then he'll discuss everything that's coming in Galaxy's Edge.
I've seen his 10. Stick with the 5.
Yeah, stick with
Ooh.
5. Oh,
Hot take.
What about 9? Episode 9. The episode 9 panel has been announced. That is Friday, April 12th. J.J. Abrams and President Kathleen Kennedy will be there.
JJ?
Oh, yeah, J.J.
George Jukas?
George Jukas himself.
Jukas.
George Jukas Abrams himself. But in prior panels that they've had, that's where they've released trailers.
I can smell some.
What The Rock is
possibilities.
cooking, I know. Me too. But
What?
I smell a teaser
I was gonna say that
that's
a 60-second teaser.
No,
No?
I smell like a 10-second teaser.
10 seconds. There's no way people will riot if they only get 10 seconds. You know how
I don't
big
think
this
they'll do
panel's going to be?
anything.
Really? What do you
He's
think
being
they could
so
possibly?
controversial
It
today.
is. Why
No.
why does this?
No.
Because they didn't do it last time. I don't know.
I think they did do it last time, though.
For the Last Jedi? This seems like some sort of investigation that a podcaster would do, but I didn't. I did not do any investigation as to whether they did anything for Last Jedi last time.
No, from what I see in the investigation that I've done, they're just talking about Lucasfilm, The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So
Second time Abrams will have appeared at a new Star Wars
Yeah.
or previewed a new Star Wars film at Celebration, having previewed The Force Awakens at Celebration in Anaheim in 2015.
Right.
So when they previewed it, though, however, that's the true question is like how much did they show? But you don't think they're going to show anything? Why is that? Do you think it's just too high profile? I mean, this is a huge deal. It's not the first
I was
of
trying
a
to be
trilogy. It's the
controversial.
last.
So now I think they will show something.
You really do?
Yeah, sure.
I'm supporting
30
a six-
seconds.
30 seconds? You're going to split the difference?
Yeah.
So I say 60. Tyler says 10.
I say 30.
You say 30 seconds.
It's called the
That's
conservative
good.
estimate.
This
Bob.
is good. No, I'm happy we have a difference of opinion here. That's rare.
I don't. I hate confrontation. Hey, the Last Jedi panel did have a trailer, and it was a full trailer. It was 36 or 3 minutes and 46 seconds long.
What?
And then
Whoa. Hold up.
Okay.
No. Okay.
This is incorrect information.
Well, something went wrong is what my screen is saying.
Oh.
But no, it wasn't that. They Star Wars, so if you want to check this out to kind of get a feel of what Celebration has done in the past, they put out the full portion of when they announce it. So at the panel talking about it, announced it. But it was that just kind of like the a Force Awakens trailer where it just kind of showed you stuff. If you remember, you see Rey with her hands and the Force kind of going, and then you see Finn in the healing chamber. It was just a lot of like, here's some visuals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something I specifically remember from the Force Awakens panel was JJ saying, "Oh, do we have something to show?" And then everyone freaking out. And then after they discuss it, he says, "Do you guys want to see it again?"
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised I wouldn't be surprised rather that we see a big amount of stuff, a big chunk.
Well, I watched the Force Awakens panel back when it actually happened, and man, did it! I freak out. I was like, "This is dope! Like, this is crazy." Dope. That's when they actually showed stuff, and it starts with the fade.
Well, Dope is another film.
It is another film. You're right.
That's what they're going to name Episode 9.
Episode 9, dope. Let's make it.
But no, that's when they had the slow fade, and you see the Star Destroyer in the sand, and then you see Rey's speeder going. And I remember watching it on my phone while we were all shuffling at work to go to lunch because it was someone's last day. So I was in the car with headphones on, just like
consuming.
And then I saw it. It was awesome. And then we were about to go into the restaurant, and then JJ says, "You want to see it again?" And I'm like, hold on one second, guys. And I watched it again. I was losing it. But no,
I remember that as well. I was at work though. You were at work too.
It's going to be exciting. That's all I have to say. If you haven't watched one of these live streams before, it's really exciting because you're hearing it right then, right there, and you're getting to see the trailer for the very first time. You're able to be a part of history. It almost feels like.
Now to the possible negativities of this panel. Not the panel itself, but the realities of being in a place with a lot of people. How hard do we think it's going to be to get there? Are we going to have to fight some old lady with a stick to get these beans?
I already have a kidney on ice.
Oh, smart. Gonna sell an organ? I don't have any sort of backup plan like that. Maybe I can
I thought you were going to say I don't have any organs.
I was going to say I don't.
He's a droid, remember?
Exactly. I might be able to challenge someone to a duel, and I might be able to get in that way.
Yeah.
That might be the way.
I've got some very rare cards.
Well, I know JJ. That might be easier.
Oh, well, you're right. Are you going to be on the panel?
Yeah, I'm on the panel, but
shoot!
I'm probably gonna skip.
Oh, you're going to skip
I've already
out of
seen
it?
the trailer.
Oh, yeah? Can you tell us anything about it?
Why didn't you tell us this? You should have told us.
I didn't think it was important.
That's a good point.
You didn't know it was oh, man.
Yeah, hindsight, it probably was.
Okay, give us one frame. Describe a single frame from the trailer.
It's black, and then Star Wars comes up.
Oh my gosh, Star Wars.
He gave us two frames.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
all black and one with Star Wars on it.
Right before we started recording, this popped up, this email on my phone. More new autographs and photo op guests have been announced. Bobby Moynihan is going to be there.
Oh, Bobby Moynihan. Yeah, I love Bobby.
Warwick Davis, you're going to be able to take pictures with him and get autographs.
Nice.
I would presume so, because he's just going to be hosting the whole thing.
Annabelle Davis, she's just one of the characters in The Force Awakens, like a creature character. Penny McCarthy, cantina creature performer in A New Hope. I didn't know that was a woman. She was the guy with the horns.
Oh yeah,
Like the evil guy in the
yeah.
cantina with the horns.
the
with
devil,
shifty
the
eyes.
devil-looking character.
Devorian is the name of the species.
Devorian. I like that name.
And then Lorne Peterson, ILM Pioneer, is going to be there.
That's who Calhoun will see.
Yeah.
Probably. I can't remember his name right now, but Dennis Murin, he won't be there, so that's a shame. Last week we didn't mention this, or it was earlier in the week that they were announced. There's going to be 3 technicians that worked on the droids.
Oh,
I don't have their names. I apologize, but yeah, these are just some more. I don't think they're going to be doing autographs, but I think they're just going to be guests there that will likely sit in on various panels. But I think there's also the the pilot from the Phantom Menace will be joining the Phantom Menace panel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the captain. I can't remember his name.
The dude that was basically like, Anakin, you know a lot about ships. Good job there, sonny boy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that guy.
he talked like that.
Yeah, but that voice, but like him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can hear it now.
I'm about to talk about The Mandalorian again to see how much people want to see it. But before I do that, we will be covering Celebration closer to the actual event, and we're going to probably do an entire episode covering what you should see, even to the stuff of opening times, closing times, stuff that you could take there, stuff you can't take there, and then kind of give you where we're going to be and what we think. But if you are going to Celebration, you know that we don't really know when things are happening.
Yeah,
So
schedule yet.
once it's closer, I think we're going to do an episode that's kind of going to get people filled in. All right, so I asked the question, how excited are you to see The Mandalorian? Daniel Sotir says, looks interesting.
I'm surprised that there's not more things talked about. Or there isn't more things planned, for The Mandalorian at Star Wars Celebration.
They keep announcing stuff. That's the thing.
They keep releasing things. They're not really. Yeah, you're right.
They're trying to get those people to buy the last amount of Monday tickets.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Annette Keevy says, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Wow. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Jacob McLaurin says, this looks really interesting. I must see.
Wow. Are these all people that have never heard of Star Wars before?
Maybe. Annette is so excited.
Interesting. I must see more.
Annette is so
Sounds like a
excited that she
vampire.
just can't hide it.
Oh, that's right. She sang.
Yeah.
So she gets a pass.
This is interesting. Alexander John Tulak says, more excited than the Game of Thrones premiere. Now
that's huge.
Excited.
No, that's lies.
I don't know. The premiere, I'm more excited about the last series of Game of Thrones coming out than I am of Celebration. Celebration, but not the premiere only. Like, Celebration's going to be absolutely amazing. Our minds are going to be blown every day.
He's talking about The Mandalorian, though.
Well, I'm definitely more excited for Game of Thrones than The Mandalorian.
You're right.
But
I'm excited more about The Mandalorian, to be honest.
really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Than Game of Thrones.
No.
Yeah,
I love Game of Thrones. Love Game of Thrones. Love it. I've watched it over twice, but it's been so long since I saw the finale. It feels like it was 2 years ago, was it?
Yes.
I was still doing stand-up comedy then. When that was airing, when the finale aired, I was still doing stand-up. That's how crazy long this was.
5, 10, 15? What were you at?
Oh, for my time, I had 8 solid minutes that you can
nice.
find on YouTube if you wanted to.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, snap!
Jake Munby says, as excited as a hut at a pod race.
Ooh, very excited.
That's pretty excited.
Gonna make a lot of money.
Dylan Hoffman says, I'm beyond excited for the show as long as it stays in the criminal underworld and normal life in Star Wars and the galaxy far from the wars and Skywalkers and empires. I very much agree with that. Yeah. I don't maybe hear like, looks like that war's done.
What if...
Because the galaxy is so large that it would be sometimes like, Yeah, they lost. Oh, okay. And then back to what I'm doing here because there's trillions of beings in this universe, you know.
There has to be some war going on though, because it is Star Wars.
But this one is, I don't know what they'll call it. Star Wars The Mandalorian, or maybe they'll just
It's just
call
The
it
Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. So maybe not. Maybe
not
the
Wars.
sequences that we see in space will simply be like travel, unless it's a special episode of some sort. I haven't thought about that much. Like how
Interesting.
much space we'll see in The Mandalorian.
And I will end on this. Dean Boysen says, stoked. He's stoked. With
I'm glad.
4 explanation points.
Explanation points?
Explanation points.
He explains
Yeah.
how stoked he is
Right.
by point.
Each
Point by
point.
point.
Point 1, I am stoked.
Okay.
Point 2, I am
Point 2.
also stoked.
Point
about
3, see points 1 and 2.
What about number 4, though?
That's when he comes out and actually explains how stoked he is. But unfortunately, we've run out of time.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for joining us again. And of course, if you want to be on the tiny chair of Tiny Victories, you can leave us a 5-star rating or a review on iTunes and our Facebook page. Hooray!
Both of those places. If you
Both.
can. If you dare.
Wow.
We're doomed.